is the board that has not put it up for a vote. You will be paying come September 1st on that sliding scale. No, it was actually in the change of the bill. The governor made the change that it was effective June 28th. What'll happen July 1st is that anybody that is a 12-month employee, you will begin paying the 3 to the 35 sliding scale, okay, on July 15th. It should be taken out of your paycheck. If you notice that it's not taken out of your paycheck, please don't tell anybody, call me. And I have a reason for saying it. Call me. So any of the secretaries that are in the room or whoever is a 12-month employee in this district. However, come September, when everybody enters school and starts a new contract year, September 15th will be the first taking out of your check. I will have, by that time, charts to provide to you so that you can see over the 4-year period what you will be paid. And at the end of 4 years, the board is collecting mega bucks. Mega. There isn't such a big collection the first year, the second year, it increases the third year, okay, so on. So everybody should know that, but it is not on the board agenda tonight for the LEA contract to be ratified. I have a letter from the mediator who gave me 2 dates in August and 1 in September. The September date is September 6th.
That money out of the budget.
So when the mediation dates are going to be scheduled, we will of course let the LEA know, and you will see me the first day of school or whenever the meeting is, and I should have your charts by then. If not, we will schedule an LEA meeting before September 15th so everybody is aware of what you're doing, okay? But just so you know, it's not on the agenda. You don't know what they're going to do with it.
That's why you're here tonight.
And they did renege on the deal that you ratified.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. And when did they do that? Okay, you ratified.
Ask for more money! Ask for more money!
Please speak into your microphone, Mr. Fink.
Here. Mr. Friedman.
Here.
Mr. Greenspan.
Here.
Mrs. McKeo. Mrs. Seitler.
Here.
Mr. Silver.
Here.
Mr.
Here.
Mr. Blackman.
Here.
Mr. Brotherton.
Here. Could you read the statement into the record?
Pursuant to the provisions of Chapter 231 of the laws of 1976, the Open Public Meetings Act, Mr. Farley notified the public that notice of the date, time, location, and agenda of this meeting, to the extent known, was provided at least 48 hours prior to the commencement of this meeting in the following manner: by posting such notice on the public announcement board of the Lakewood Board of Education offices and the Lakewood Township Municipal Building, by mailing such notice to the offices of the Asbury Park Press and Park News, by filing such notice with the board secretary, by mailing such notice to all individuals who requested and paid a copy of same.
Thank you, Mr. President. The meeting's yours. We have a quorum.
I'd like to make a motion to go back into closed session.
Second. There's a motion. Who is the second?
Me.
Who is me, please?
Greenspan.
Greenspan. Any discussion?
No.
Thank you. Roll call.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Friedman?
Yes.
Mr. Greenspan?
Yes.
Mr. McNeil? Mr. Seidler?
Yes.
Mr. Silver? Mr. Tim?
Excuse me, Mike, through the chair. Can you just tell me the list of people that signed up, how many people that we have actually on the list? I want to speak to that.
We have, according to this list, 4 people.
4 people?
But there is business, Mr. Tiff, that the board legitimately under the Sunshine Law has not finished discussing, including questions on the agenda. Does it pass?
Mr. Tiff, your vote?
Can we hear the full?
If it's only 4, if it's
Yeah,
only
can we hear them?
I'd like to change my vote. If it's 4 people, we should
Yeah,
hear the 4
that's not
people.
much at all. If you can hear them speak, that's
Okay.
just to get them out of the way.
Are there any
Let's hear them before this team leaves.
Holiday, we were told there were 2 lists. Is there another list there?
No, they took that list. There was only
There
one.
was a
There was
list.
only one here. That was it.
Okay,
In all respect, through the chair, I would just like to hear from Mr. Wilson, Pastor Wilson, what he would, if he would like, if there's only 4 people, we would, of course, like to hear from the public first.
we are now being informed there are only 4 people on the list. The agenda says 1. I'm not going to do that. There's 4 people on the list here. Okay, being that, is there a motion to change the vote?
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, with that being said, 4 people signed in. Nikki Salfer, are you here to address the board? Okay, there will have to be a motion to allow you, it says here your address, doesn't look like a Lakewood address. What is your address?
2220 Northeast 203 Terrace, Miami, Florida, 33180.
We would need a special
Yeah,
vote.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
I just wanted to speak briefly and thank you all for all the hard work that you did to help the multi-vendor process this year. I represent Tree of Knowledge. It has been an exciting, wonderful year to work at the Lakewood Board of Ed. And I just really wanted to take this opportunity to thank you for that.
Glenn Wilson.
Pastor Glenn Wilson, 138 Colonial
He
Drive,
didn't sign this, Pastor, I'm sorry.
Lakewood, New Jersey. Several things. Number one, we sent the board a certified mail requesting a meeting with the board. And we sent that out to several board members, and we have not received a response for that meeting as yet. And I don't know why we have not received a response for that. But we, the clergy of Lakewood, is requesting a meeting with the board. And if the sticky issue is that we said in the letter that we do not want the board attorney to attend this meeting, I want to reiterate that we don't want the board attorney at this meeting. We have some issues that we would like to ask you privately. Now, if I do not receive a response from you, I will deal with those issues publicly. So I have proof that we sent out those letters certified, and we have not yet received any response. Secondly, a few meetings ago, there was a $400,000 laid aside for the fixing of the roofs. And I want to know what one of the roofs going to be fixed. And, are they going to be fixed? And thirdly, the teachers that were let go. We are only about 6 to 8 weeks to opening a new school year. When are we going to start rehiring those teachers?
Mr. Pastor, are those your questions?
They'll be hired before the commencement of the school year.
Okay. And the roof, why not?
The roof.
Tonight's agenda.
Apparently, no one wants to respond, or no one knows. Excuse me, the professionals are here. There's a question, I think the pastor asked it very clearly.
Yes.
What's with the roof? Is the business office in a position to respond to that?
At this time, there was not 400,000 put into the budget for the roof. There was only 325,000 put into the budget for the roof. And we currently have an issue about the roof that's being discussed in closed session with the board tonight.
Through the chair, I think that there's a slight error. It was 325 in one line item and 50 in another. If you recall, I don't remember what the other line item was, but if you recall on March 3rd.
You're correct, Mr. Seiler. There were 2 line items from my memory, but I can't ask the BA.
It was 375 total, but the original total was 750 on the third.
And the only reason why I'm asking about the roofs is because as a board, you have to begin to look at these line items. Because, it appears to us that there's money leaving this district, and we trying to find out how it's leaving. So as a board, you need to start looking at these line items, because some of those line items are poor.
For example?
I suggest that you give me the meeting, sir, and I will address a lot of my issues.
Through the chair.
I like to address them with you publicly, privately with your board. I have serious questions that need to be answered. And I'm suggesting I am respectfully suggesting, hey, Ms. Silver, we sent the letter to you, we sent it to several, and I am respectfully suggesting a meeting with your board without the attorney.
Through the chair, I have a question for Mr. Pastor Wilson.
Hold on.
I have a question for
I'm listen, first of all, I have to recognize it. Second of all, let me finish my question, Pastor. I was not being cynical, by the way. I just want you to know. We're not being cynical. If you have place of pork, we'd like to know about it. That's really serious. But something when you mention is pork, and then you walk away, I'd just like to know.
I'm asking you to take a very close look at all the line items before you sign off on it.
Listen, I realize what you're saying, but I just need examples. It's not easy to me to come to a board meeting, executive, not executive, and say, listen, Pastor Wilson just said we waste money on pork. And then they're going to say the same question. Show me the place. I just did it. So I'll give you another month. Next time, whenever the next meeting is, you bring a list. That's all.
Hopefully by then you'll give me an answer on meeting with us.
Through the chair.
Yes.
Is there any reason why we haven't met with Pastor Wilson and the other clergy in town yet? Being that he did mention it at the last meeting, and he also brought up in the letters that I received that it didn't have to be 5, it could have been half and half, so we would have a quorum, because we're not going to make any votes, just listening to what he said. This was mentioned at the last month's meeting. Is there any reason why we haven't met yet?
I don't have a specific.
Through the chair.
Yes.
I have a question for Pastor Wilson. This dialogue you just had with the board president, Mr. Bernhardt, brought me back a few meetings ago where you had a similar dialogue and you expressed some grievances and injustices for the students of Lakewood, and he actually challenged you to come back at the next meeting to bring some of your examples or proofs or documentation or whatever it was. And I know you were prepared to do such. I just wanted to know, has something transpired between that meeting and the next that you never came back with those documents? Have you spoken to anyone, or is it just?
Yeah, you can have. Yeah, please.
Yes, prior to that meeting, I was advised to put it off, and based on that particular meeting, that's why I requested a private meeting, because I do want to address those issues. You know, I mean, those issues are not going to go away. They need to be addressed.
Would you be at liberty to say who that meeting was with?
He's asking who met, you spoke with the actual advisor, not the...
I was advised by Ms. Silva.
Thank you.
So but based on that, I am requesting a private meeting, because those issues are not going to go away.
So when I just asked the question, was there any reason why we haven't met yet? That is why we haven't met.
Well, I don't know what we haven't met.
Annette Carney?
Yes.
I'll just take it.
Yes.
Pastor Wilson, how come you only want a few people, a couple of
No,
people?
I want all of it. I want the board.
You said you only sent letters to some.
No, I sent, I don't know, is Annette Kearney here?
Yes, every board member, including the superintendent, received a certified letter.
Right. So, no, we are inviting everyone. And the only reason why, and it's not personal against Michael, this is not an attack against Michael, but I believe that one of the things that we, the community, is pushing for, this board is going to have to learn to operate without Michael Esposito. We have questions that we want to ask of you. And there are serious questions that have to do strictly with the education of our children.
And the way I look at it, maybe we can do that without Michael and not break the law, so.
No laws are going to be out.
Pastor, excuse me. I did advise last time, if you recall, there was a way to do that. We had this very discussion. We need not go back at that. But I advise, as the lawyer, there is a way, because there was a concern, and I have the minutes of that. Well, I don't have minutes because Ms. Cynthia Romano is no longer here either, but I actually have, she's here in spirit, I have the transcript of that.
Through the chair.
Yes.
I recall with the question that Ms. Mitchell had asked, why didn't all the board members receive their certified mail? I know firsthand that I was sent a certified letter from a teacher regarding an issue, and I didn't get the certified mail until a month later. So the board office received it, I just didn't get it until a month later. So maybe that's the issue with why you didn't receive it.
That's correct. It came with the packet, together with all the invitations.
Absolutely.
Why don't you send it directly to the board members' houses?
We don't have access to those efforts.
Mr., through the chair, every member should have gotten a letter.
Everybody did.
Okay, so, now we could probably get into the next part of this conversation. Is the post office at fault? They did close the one, or they're thinking of closing one on Clifton Avenue, but it was in the package too. Annette Kearney,
Michael, one question, please.
I'm sorry.
The superintendent was returning advising us to meet with Pastor Wilson and boys, meet the boys.
The attorney, and I have that part of the transcript, clearly said that you can't meet as 5, but there is a way to do it. There are other issues that you may want to consider, but I would like everyone publicly, I'd like you to hear this. Did the board attorney tell anyone here not to meet with Pastor? Because speak it up here, not in emails, and not on blogs, and not in papers.
No, Mike, it wasn't the board attorney, it was the superintendent.
Oh, okay, I just want, Pastor, I want you to hear this, sir.
Superintendent advised.
But,
Superintendent didn't advise anybody, Mr. Chair.
Pastor Wilson said that she did.
well, Pastor Wilson said that, but that, I just want to make it clear that what was made clear. Annette Kearney,
personally don't know who's at fault, but now that you all know, we should make a decision tonight, give them a date tonight, and we can have the 1 meeting, 2 meetings, 3 meetings. And it should be done within the next month, simple as that. The other part is, I'm not gonna go into everything that we already have, but what I would like to address to the president is that when the public doesn't have confidence in the board, there's an issue. And it would be an ethical issue, that if we can't trust you to do the right thing, it's a problem. Whether you are the attorney, the superintendent, or a board member. And just listening to this dialogue going back and forth, it seems like no one on the board can operate without Michael telling you what to do. If that's the case, then what's the point of the board?
Can you please be specific? Someone gets up here and throws an accusation. I can do the same thing about you about Pastor Wilson, and there's nothing.
You can't do that about me, because I come.
Well, you haven't said anything. Tell me something.
First of all, let's rewind the last 10 minutes. That's a prime example right there. I know you didn't forget it because it just happened.
You know what?
Okay? And
So what? Which part? The Michael told me I
okay,
can't do
as the
something?
president, we're not going to go back and forth. Thank you, Michael. I'll handle that for you. But anyway, we're not going to go back and forth.
Be careful, you won't be invited to the meeting.
We're not going to go back and forth. But you, as the president, why don't you give us a meeting date right now?
Why wasn't there a meeting date on that letter? It was just a blank letter that we wanted to invite you to a meeting.
If you would
Why do you have a date, a time, a place? There was no place to even respond.
You know why?
It was a ridiculous letter.
Because you can't get how we worship, and we said it would be on neutral ground. And
Where were we supposed to respond to? It wasn't even a response. The letter was sent to the Board of Ed.
someone please bring my bag and let me read the letter.
Okay, please bring
Let
it.
me read the letter to you. A direct phone number to contact Pastor Glenn. And if you don't know it, just like I received a thank you letter from a candidate who doesn't know my address, you could have got it from the board like you're telling us to get your address from the board. So don't
Isn't
play
that
with
the way it's supposed to be? You should get our address and send a letter to us.
Let's talk about the Oprah
With a
request
date
that
and
we
a
did
time
3
and a
months
place.
ago. We're still waiting for addresses, so don't play with us. Don't play. You don't want to go there.
Send us a letter with a date, a time, and a place, and I'll be by that meeting, I promise you. Forget about that. Send us a place,
Macedonia Baptist Church, can you be there?
100%. Make it happen, and I'll come to the meeting.
Okay. I have one question for Ms. Phillips. By any chance, have you heard from the state in reference to the SIG application?
Oh, where was the meeting? At the Baptist Church.
I'm not your rabbi, why are you looking here?
Why can't we do it in a JCC?
Just said you would have.
You wanted to know why we left it blank. We left it blank so that you would be comfortable.
Why don't we do it in the synagogue?
Miss Kearney,
That's not a fair question.
Pastor,
We could do that.
Pastor, and Annette, just pick a neutral side, that why banter over
We got
this?
it.
Ms. Carney, all the meetings in July, Pastor knows it's to be in my house. And I'll make it 4 tomorrow.
Okay.
There was a big meeting yesterday. They promised all the grant, the application, the people who applied for the grant, that within 2 weeks we are going to know who will be awarded the SIG grant. So let us keep the hope.
Okay, thank you.
Barbara Cutter. I think she is. You don't want to speak, Barbara? All right, oh, she's, all right. Closed session, I'm sorry, the agenda as far as I was giving it, the public speaking is now over. There was a motion to go into closed session. Once that was over, there was a second. Is anyone against going to closed session now that we heard the public? You need a motion, sir.
Okay, so I'll make a motion.
Second.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Friedman?
Yes.
Mr. Greenspan?
Yes.
Ms. Nickio? Yes. Mr. Seidler?
Yes.
Mr. Silver?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mrs. Watkins? Mr. Grunheit?
Yes.
We're going to be in closed session.